Alrighty, Patriots, listen up. Welcome to another night of hard truth and unwavering resolve. Welcome to the Conservative Viewpoint, where we expose the dangerous rhetoric, defend the rule of law, and stand firm against the rising tide of political extremism. I'm your host, Charlie, the Country Conservative. Today, we are confronting a chilling reality, a dark undercurrent that's permeating our political discourse. The Democrats' increasingly violent rhetoric, a dangerous descent into what can only be described as an assassination culture. They're not just disagreeing, they are inciting. They are not just criticizing, they are demonizing. And they are doing it all because of one man, one movement, one unstoppable force, President Donald Trump and the MAGA movement. They see his rising power. They see the unwavering support of the American people, and they see their own crumbling influence. And they are terrified. They're so terrified that they are resorting to the most despicable tactics, the most dangerous rhetoric, and the most blatant attempts to incite violence against a sitting president and his supporters. They are using words like weapons, painting targets on back of patriots who dare to challenge their radical agenda. They are fostering an environment of hatred and division where political disagreements is no longer just that, but a call to arms. This isn't a political hyperbole. This is a dangerous game, one that threatens the very fabric of our democracy. And while they spew their venom, the Supreme Court, the highest court in the land, is sending a clear message to the lower courts. The rule of law matters. They are upholding the president's authority for deportations, reinforcing the principles that our borders must be secure and that our laws must be enforced. They are reminding us that we are a nation of laws, not of men, and that even the most powerful voices cannot override the Constitution. They want chaos. They want anarchy. They want to tear down the very foundation of our republic. But we will not let them. We will not be intimidated, and we will not be silenced. We will stand firm in our convictions, defend the rule of law, and protect the principles that made America the greatest nation on earth. Tonight, we're exposing the dangerous rhetoric. We're celebrating the rule of law, and we're reaffirming our commitment to a nation where political discourse is civil, where justice is blind, and where safety of all Americans is paramount. So grab your coffee, steel your resolve, and prepare for another evening of hard-hitting truth. Welcome to the Conservative Viewpoint, where we speak for the forgotten men and women of America, where we defend the values that make this nation great, and where we refuse to be silenced. Let's begin. The show begins now. Hi, Vic over there. I see you in Getter. How is everyone tonight? Welcome to the show, everyone. How is everyone? We're going to start off with, I don't know what's wrong with Cloud Hub. It's acting up. I don't know what's wrong with it, but we are going to start off with Wimpkin.com. Let me see if it comes up this time. It did. Okay. How is everyone in Wimpkin tonight? WIMKIN.com. Join us, guys. If you're there, if you're here, if you're tuned in, try out Wimpkin. Doesn't hurt you a bit to go in there and do it. You got plenty of apps on your phones. You got plenty of stuff on your computers. One more is not going to hurt a thing. Tune in, check it out. Join us in chat. You guys will have a blast. We have great people in there. Here we go. Cecil, Lee, what's happening? Rowdy63, what's going on? Let's keep going down here. There's Mark from UK. How you guys doing? Calling from Scotland. How you guys doing? Tammy, Texas. Gotta love them. We got a lot going on tonight. Let's see. There's Renee. Got a lot going on. There's Gabby Girl. Gregory, what's happening? William Brown, what's going on? A lot going on. Nice to see you guys. Thank you for tuning in tonight. If you're new to the show, welcome. Check out my ticker below. You'll find out everywhere I stream. Get on there. Don't forget to like, subscribe, everything. I'm even made it another day maybe 2 on YouTube. So get in there, subscribe, share that video after we're done here. Go in and check out my other ones. Most of mine are on Rumble. If you check out Rumble, I've got like, wow, I'm over 1,000 videos between videos and live streams. Don't go too far back because I really look stupid. I might look stupid now too, but back then, holy shit, it was a mess. I was a mess. It was crazy. When you go to start out doing something like this, and then you get to like where I'm at now, I'm over 1,000. I can't exactly tell you how many right now, but I know I'm over 1,000. And definitely gets better with age. It was horrible, but I did some great videos back then. They're like short videos, 5-7 minute long. Maybe there was a couple 10 minutes, but they were great. I think so. Anyways, if you want to, go back and check it out. Eric Von Zipper and X, how are you doing? And Vic and Rumble, Vic and Getter, Vic and everywhere. And thank you to you guys for going on around there and saying hi on all the shows. Don't forget to tell me hi, even in Cloud Hub. Tell me hi in comments. I will see them right away. Guys are awesome. But all right, let's get busy because we got a few. I didn't do a lot of videos on the articles that I downloaded, but we got a lot of articles to go over because a lot of stuff's happening. I got a lot of stuff for tomorrow night's show. It's going to be crazy. But first off, I was busy today building hey, Jerry, what do we got here? Hey, libtard, shut the fuck up. After years of insults, lawfare, and relentless attempts to strip away our constitutional rights, you suddenly want bipartisanship. Fuck off. We're not interested. I don't think you could have said it any better right there, Jerry. That is awesome right there. The liberals are crybabies, and I think we might get into some of that today. So let's see here first. First off, I've been busy building a new brooder for my chicks because my older ones have gotten too big. So I wanted to show you that and show you what I did and how big my chicks have got. You can't see them right there, but you can see the brooder I made. This brooder is 4 by 8 foot long, and my chicks are loving this stuff up. But here we go. You can't see it. If you guys blow it up, you can probably see it better than I can. Mine's really small on here. And here's some more of my chicks. Look how big they got. They are a little over a month old. Man, they're flappers. They're big. They're crazy. I couldn't get a real good picture, but they're loving this because they were in a small 20-inch by, I think, 48-inch round brooder, and they were just getting way too big for that. So I put this together. I got 2 doors on the top that lift up so I can get to clean it and all that stuff, and I hung up their feeders there. They're awesome. Here in another 2-3 weeks, I should be able to put them out there. We should have enough weather, nice enough weather to put them out to their coops. And then my baby black ones will move into here. I got 6. Yeah, I got 6 of those and 10 in here. But awesome little things. Never thought I had chicks as a kid. I never had to take care of them. We had chickens. Never had to take care of them. My dad did all that. We had to take care of the horses and stuff. But they're pretty cool. I was starting out, I was only going to get about 4 to 6. I ended up with 16. And now my wife wants silkies. She wants 5 of those. So guess what? When those go, then the silkies get that. That's where they're going to stay. I'm going to put wheels on it too. So, yep, got to love those chickens. Hey, Texas John's over in YouTube. Don't forget, guys, get over there. If you got a YouTube account, just get over there, subscribe, and like the video. Help me out a little bit. For some reason, that's the way YouTube works. You get subscribers, and I used to have a lot of subscribers before. And then shit happens, right? All right, let's get busy, guys. Let's get down to business. We're going to just start off with Chuck Grassley lays out a plan to rein in the wayward judges putting unnecessary stress on courts. Well, it's with frivolous lawsuits that these Democrats are putting up against the Trump administration to stop Trump's agenda. Take a listen to Grassley.
President.
Gentleman from Iowa.
Today, 20 of my colleagues and I will introduce legislation to stop the abuse of universal injunctions that we're seeing all across the country. All of this to stop the Trump agenda. Universal injunctions violate the words of the Constitution that we read that the courts can only hear cases or controversy. And that's a requirement of Article 3 of the Constitution because they apply court orders to people, not even parties to the lawsuits. So the necessity for doing away with universal injunctions violating the case and controversy requirements. Universal injunctions were almost unheard of for the first 175 years of our history and only became common in the last decade. In addition to being unconstitutional, they're also anti-democratic. Universal injunctions have become a favorite tool of those seeking to obstruct President Trump's agenda. Individual district judges who don't even have authority over any of the other 92 district courts are single-handedly vetoing policies the American people elected President Trump to implement.
Well, he's showing, and I had to cut that off. That was he went on for like 4.5 minutes, and this is something that needs to be done. I don't even know why they're even worried about it, because everything that this idiot's doing, this Boasberg, is going to be overturned by the Supreme Court because he's not doing anything illegal or unconstitutional with everything that they've have done so far since they took over. And this idiot has no authority to do this. Why they're listening to him, I don't know. But I know they want to be considered the party of law. But there's a point in time where when there's abuse of power like this, you got to just say, kiss my ass. Biden did it all the time. Democrats did it all the time. So what's the difference? Why are we going to sit there and put up with this? Because he wants to remain the party of law. But Julie Kelly catches radical pro-illegal alien criminals, Obama judge in a big setup against Trump after uncovering a bombshell revelation in court's transcripts. And of course, we are talking about Boasberg. And I want you to listen to this, and you'll see that this was a setup from the get-go, and it was illegal, and something needs to be done with him.
Julie Kelly, investigative reporter, caught a radical pro-illegal alien Obama judge in a big setup. Check this out. Well, it turns out on Saturday, a conservative journalist and warrior for justice, Julie Kelly, uncovered a bombshell in the transcript from Thursday's hearing in a radical district judge's courtroom regarding whether the Trump administration has the authority under the Alien Enemies Act to deport violent illegal aliens. As Jim Hoff previously reported, Judges James Boasberg, who is running a coup d'etat of the executive branch, is considering holding Trump officials in contempt for not turning planes around mid-flight and returning over 100 killers, gangsters, rapists, and other criminal illegal aliens back to the U.S. And that's just my neighbors when I lived back in Los Angeles. Now, Judge Boasberg, an Obama appointee, implemented a temporary restraining order, TRO, on Trump's invocation of the Alien Enemies Act to deport criminal aliens last month, calling it incredibly troublesome and problematic. He then extended his block last week, arguing that plaintiffs suing the Trump administration need more time to file motions and prepare arguments. Kelly predicted back in March that Boasberg was attempting to set a contempt trap for Trump. Now she has proof that Boasberg slyly positioned himself to get assigned to this immigration case so he could implement this sinister scheme. Here's what she had to say. I have just received the purchase transcript from Thursday's hearing before Judge Boasberg, Kelly wrote on X. Lots of good stuff, especially as I develop a fuller timeline of what went down behind the scenes on March 15th. Then Kelly pointed out something incredibly damning. This really caught my eye, she noted. Remember the cases are randomly assigned, hit by Boasberg and others? No one really believes this, right? Kelly added. Also, during the start of the 5 p.m. Zoom hearing on March 15th, Boasberg apologized for his casual dress, saying that he had gone away for the weekend and did not bring a tie or his robe. That's crazy. Well, only because I happened to be available when I was alerted at this was at 7:25 on Saturday morning, only because I was available and could review first the pseudonymous motion, which I had to review as chief judge. And then the case was then transferred to me or assigned to me, and so it was a good fortune that they were filing. He knew this case was coming. He wanted this case, Kelly wrote. He wanted to stop the deportations, and most importantly, he wanted to set a contempt trap for the Trump administration.
Exactly right. And this went on too. I mean, this goes on because this dude's setting him up just like the Democrats have done the past 4 years in persecuting Trump. And this judge is doing it right out in front of everything. But the Supreme Court's slapdown of Judge Boasberg sends a message to federal judges on their overreach. In a 5-4 decision, the justices opted both to overturn the Boasberg TRO, halting Trump's enforcement on the AEA, but also declared the D.C. District of Columbia an inappropriate venue for the case in light of the convicts' detention in Texas. So the Supreme Court is actually showing them they don't have the authority to do this stuff. And they are going to get smacked down, and they need disbarred for even playing this bullshit. But you know what? It doesn't matter because they never hold a Democrat accountable, ever. And it's about time they do. All right, let's get into a little bit more of the tariffs that are going on here. Tariffs are strengthening long-time abused USA, and Trump is tired of it, and he's not going to have any more of it. Because so Senator Mullins says we have to address the issue of deficit now. Nobody else will do it, and it needs to be done now. And so Trump is taking it upon himself, and things are turning around already. The stock market's coming back up, which was expected to go down, and that's what happened with what was expected. Exactly, Gabs. Gabs said it right. Something needs to be done with these radical judges because, as a matter of fact, some who were appointed were never even lawyers. So they had no law degrees, and she said that. So basically, no law degrees. And they were appointed judge. How the hell do you appoint somebody that wasn't a lawyer, at least, to be a judge? It doesn't make sense to me. What else we got here? This judge is not following orders from the Democratic Party since they have no authority to directly to do it themselves. Exactly right, Gregory. And this is the stuff that needs to be stopped. So Senator Mullins trying to push people and get people on board with what Trump's doing because it's already turning around everything and it needs to be taken care of. Colin got it right. Overreach, Democrat-controlled judges, more like a reach around. Exactly right. And not even using lube there, Colin. And that's pretty bad. Anyway, that's for another show. Congress expresses growing concern on Trump's tariff. Only the idiots in there. Everything is doing exactly what he had planned and what he said. Just hang in there. And it's all going to come around. But no, you got all these Democrats and these idiot rhinos want to sit there and run their mouths and, oh my God, and send everybody into a panic. This is what the Democrats do. It's the fear factor. And this is what causes problems because the Democrats know nothing else. And we're going to get into that here in a little bit too. So Trump is getting enough pissed off about China, where he just said, you don't want to listen, so we're going to give you 104% tariffs. China thinks they're going to sit there and they are going to stand toe-to-toe. This isn't Joe Biden. Trump is a man of his word, and he will keep it. And, of course, we got now, I think it's 70 countries wanting to make deals with Trump. And they're going to keep coming. It's going to keep coming. A lot of them are saying, all right, we'll just wipe out the tariffs on U.S. goods. Okay, well, there you go. Some of them, Trump's not going to let them go that far because like Taiwan cannot afford not to have us pay them money because they are not a rich country. So he'll make deals as per each country that he talks to. Some will be better than others and some won't be. So be it. Now, let me get into this. We got Stephen Miller annihilating these protesters that are going out there hands off. Still don't know what the hell that means. Let me roll this down here real quick before we get into this video real fast here. There's nothing within the confines of the directives that requires an individual to be appointed to those positions pertaining to district court jurisdictions. It's a backdoor way to subversion. And they're working that one very well. Hi, Alfred. I forgot to tell you hi. China population is crashing badly. They are the biggest liars and thieves. Communism breeds massive corruption because the criminal own are all guns dumbasses. Yes, exactly right. That's what happens when you let these crooked-ass people take over. All right, let's watch Stephen Miller nail these people to the wall. Take a look.
The same people that are criticizing President Trump's agenda to restore America, to usher in this new golden age, are the ones who ordered us to lock down during COVID and close all of the schools. They're the ones who opened the borders and flooded our cities with illegal aliens. They're the ones who brought us nothing but death and destruction in the Middle East, one disaster after another. They are the ones who empowered a federal bureaucracy to steal our rights and our voices as citizens, crush dissent, crush free speech, crush industry. They're the ones who allowed China and foreign countries to take our most essential industries out of the United States, gravely imperiling our national security and destroying the working and middle classes of this country. That is what President Trump inherited. That is what he is boldly and bravely repairing every single day. The southern border now, under his leadership, has the lowest number of legal crossings in the history of the United States of America. Not in the last 10 years or 20 years or 30 years, in the history of these United States. Under President Trump, for the first time since the rise of China, we are protecting and defending our jobs and our manufacturing base. And we are preventing foreign countries from making it impossible to defend ourselves in the event of a national emergency. Manufacturing security is national security. And he is taking on the rogue bureaucracy and the rogue judiciary that have sapped and stolen and frittered away the rights of our people and pushed them into the hands of unelected power centers. He is, in every sense of the word, restoring national democracy and popular sovereignty. He is making America free again, Mark.
And he hit it right on the money. You got to listen to that. That's awesome, right? But these liberals, they'll never listen to anything. But here is the way you'll make an art of the deal. Take a listen.
Because we kill him.
This is the last horseman. Who is this?
This is Flaming Dragon!
Oh, okay. Flaming Dragon. Fuckface. First, take a big step back and literally fuck your own face! Now, I don't know what kind of pan-Pacific bullshit power play you're trying to pull here, but Asia, Jack, is my territory. So whatever you're thinking, you better think again. Otherwise, I'm going to have to head down there, and I will rain down on a godly fucking firestorm upon you. You're going to have to call the fucking United Nations and get a fucking binding resolution to keep me from fucking destroying you. I am talking scorched earth, motherfucker. I will massacre you. I will fuck you up!
Now that's the way Trump should do it, right? Oh, yeah. All right. Now we're going to get into the one thing that's the title of the show. Who and what are the Democrats forming? Well, the Democrats are forming an assassination culture as Trump's rise in power. And this study comes from the Network Contagion Research Institute, found a growing number of people are willing to justify and even applaud killing in the name of politics and a warped sense of social justice. This chilling exchange appeared to have accelerated in recent months. We've all seen it. We've all heard it. Now they are growing this new batch of idiot kids are being brainwashed. And it's not just started. This has been going on for years. And let's take a look at this first video, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
I am your president of law and order and an ally of all peaceful protesters.
The vast majority of the protests have been peaceful.
Republicans stand for law and order, and we stand for justice.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country, and maybe there will be.
My administration will always stand against violence, mayhem, and disorder.
There needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
I stand with the heroes of law enforcement.
And you push back on them, and you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
We will never defund our police. Together, we will ensure that America is a nation of law and order.
We were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
I think you need to go back and punch him in the face. Feel like punching him.
We just want law and order. Everybody wants that. I want to tell you, Gorsuch, I want to tell you, Kavanaugh, you have released the whirlwind, and you will pay the price. We want law and order. We have to have law and order.
Show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
We believe in safe streets, secure communities, and we believe in law and order.
Now you see that, guys, right? Remember this? Because this is what we've seen for all these years. And they wonder why they're raising kids like this, and the kids are out there. We talk about this all the time. The mental instability with the Democrats and the liberals it's they're one and the same. But this is what's been going on. All these shootings, like Nashville transgender shooter, wanted to kill all the white kids in newly released diary entries. And you remember that killer, that was that girl that was pretending to be a guy. Oh, yeah. To find out she wanted to kill all the white kids. No different than a guy that was hiding in the bushes at Trump's golf resort in Florida. That Ryan Ralph, or however you say his name. He says, send me an RPG. Trump's attempted assassin, Ryan Roth, sought a rocket launcher from Ukraine to kill Trump. Oh, yeah. This is how mentally deranged these people are. And it goes on and on. Everything that you have seen, all the attempts on his life, these are nutcase Democrats. And there's no difference in the mental instability of these people. Yes, John. Hi, John. And Democrats are equal communists. And that is a fact, because you do not, and I already showed this. I got to delete that one. This is where the rhetoric comes from. And these kids believe this shit, and their minds are already underdeveloped the way it is. Now you add the transgender. I keep having a brain fart every time I want to say something like that, about allowing them to believe that transgender is something normal, and it's not a mental problem, because it's no different than you taking a remote control and saying I'm crackers. You just can't do that. And how does no one see that except for us? That you see that something's not normal, and you just can't pretend. It's like playing dress up when you're a kid. That's what it is. It's playing dress up. And now when they believe what they're saying, because the Democrats are condoning this behavior, they think it's okay to have a mental issue. It's okay. It's not okay. You need help. And this is what's causing all these people to try to kill Trump and Musk and target us because we're Trump supporters. No, we're American supporters. And we believe in America should be the best it has been. And it was not under the Democrats. No matter what you say, it was not. They were spending money out galore that's not theirs, causing us to pay higher taxes. And it's not okay. This is what needs to stop, guys. On top of that, we got GOP candidate rips blue state directive, meddling in police forces cooperation with ICE. This is the problem because the states are still trying to go against Trump's orders. Why don't they arrest somebody in these blue states that deny a federal rule or federal law, whatever it is, even his executive orders? That is your law, and you have to follow it. But nobody's being arrested. Why? Because they're too busy holding hearings. Oh, yeah. But you got a blue state sheriff combined forces to fight back against sanctuary law in Minnesota. In Minnesota, the sheriff is helping ICE, and his sheriff's office inked cooperation agreements with the U.S. Immigration and Customs Forces. At least somebody's got some brains and starting to push back. We've got a couple blue cities and states that their sheriffs and state police are actually coming to their senses and actually helping getting these murderers out of our country. And that's what needs to happen. All right, let's move on. We got a couple more here to go. This idiot, and I am ashamed. I got Anna Lee, and this will go for you too. Hi, Deborah. This comes from Pennsylvania. And our idiot governor, Shapiro, has given awards of $5 million to an anti-Semitic mosque. Oh, yeah. So we're going to give a mosque that's covering up terrorist activities and anti-Semitic $5 million for what? I don't have a clue. This was a gift, according to him. This idiot recently announced his state is giving $5 million to a mosque where an imam had previously declared that Jews are the vilest people. Oh, yeah. And he's a Jew. Holy shit. A Jew is giving a mosque $5 million. And, of course, it comes from Philadelphia. But it doesn't say for what, I don't think. I read this earlier this morning. Like I said, when I put this together, sometimes it's 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, depending on what time I drag my ass out of bed. But yeah, the imam also appeared to call for Muslims to take over the world. By Allah, if faith had taken root in our hearts, things would have been different, and would have imposed the word of Islam upon the world. This is the part where I told you. Remember, I told you about the inmate that told me right in my face, looked me square in the eyes, and said, I'd kill you in a heartbeat just because I hate white men. Oh, yeah. This is the stuff that goes on. And this idiot governor is going to give them $5 million of our taxpayer money, Lee. Oh, yeah. And we have other people from Pennsylvania in here. Shapiro suck. You got that right. He's a wolf in sheep's clothing. Literally, he's a wolf in sheep's clothing. He's a wolf because Wolf was our last governor, and he was a piece of shit. And now we got Shapiro in there, was a piece of shit. And you know what? I tried to give the man the benefit of the doubt, but hell no. He's an idiot. And Muslims, every one of them, I don't give a shit. There is some good Muslims and some bad. Ship them all back. The hell with them. We are not going to have Sharia law in our country. There's only one set of law, and that is the Constitution. Period. You don't like it, get the hell out. Ricochet. He's one of the Jews that crucified Christ. Yeah, I can believe that one. He's an asshole. All right, one more. What do we got here? And another good thing, this is from the Trump administration. In a policy shift, State Department ends some bounties on Taliban Haqqani network leaders. The Biden administration put out bounties of millions of dollars just for information on the heads of terrorism. And didn't matter if it was real or not, or if it was, they didn't back it up first. They didn't check into it before they were giving our money away to terrorists for false information. Well, that's going to stop now. That's what I think. And that's why we got to stop everything that's going on here. And still Biden has some stuff that's still hanging on. And the Trump administration is slowly getting rid of all their bullshit that they've had going. And I can't wait until it's all gone. But a lot of things are happening really well. So what else we got here? Did I pass something up here? Nope, but we're going to get into some good videos now. I'm trying to make it as fast as I could so we can get into some of the videos because we have some great videos here and I don't want you to miss them. But don't forget to leave some comments in there. We don't have many people in Getter tonight, I see, but I don't know what the number is. Texas John, if you're over there. But last night I ended up with like 1,200 over there, so that was good for me. I'm happy with that. These guys are great. We just got to get them more talking in there. Ricochet Rabbit's in there, and I like that he come up there. But FGS and all of them are not in here, so I think he is a dildo, Rowdy. But all right, let's get into some. First video we got comes from Johnny on X, and this is Trump from 2012. This was awesome. Take a listen.
And somebody said, well, what would you do? What can you do? So easy. I'd drop a 25% tax on China. And, you know, I said to somebody that is really the messenger. The messenger is important. I could have one man say, we're going to tax you 25%. And I could say another, listen, you motherfuckers, we're going to tax you 25%.
Don't you just love that? That was awesome. Now that's a real president right there, man. It's down to earth. You just got to love it. All right. What do we got next? We got Roger from Facebook. This was good. I had to put this in here. He sent me this today. Take a listen. Tell me that's not true. That is as true as could be. Now, I got to move one of these up here because you got to listen to this one here because this goes to prove the idiot liberals that we were talking about and another one with Charlie Kirk. This will blow your mind.
Should it be legal if a mom finds out she's having a girl?
Okay.
But she wants a boy. Should she be able to abort that 3-week-old?
Yes.
Think about it. Think about what you just said. Think about what you just said.
Why?
Can that child directly survive outside her body?
Well, eventually, yes. I mean, again, so we talk about stages of development.
Mm-hmm.
What is the first step of human development?
I mean, obviously, it's whenever the two pieces of DNA,
the egg and the sperm
correct,
meet,
yes,
right?
and then they collaborate.
So
and
therefore,
there you go.
if human development begins at fertilization, conception,
sure.
So then shouldn't the human be protected at conception?
Well, I don't even think it's going to be protected if the baby is going to be born to a mother who's like, well, dang it, my kid's not a girl, it's a boy, or vice versa. Then I don't even think they should be born to that parent in the first place. So,
but just to understand, but so what you are arguing for is eugenics. Just so we are clear, it is not just illegal. It is grotesquely illegal what you are talking about, which is selective abortion, basically where you get a DNA result at 3 weeks. Mm-hmm. And you could be like, no, not the hair color, like terminate it. Not, I wanted a boy. So basically, your view of pregnancy is no different than customizing a Ford Explorer.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say about this. That is so pathetic. It's unbelievable. Yeah. Yeah, Edward. And hi, Edward. Oh, yeah, you got to listen, but she's dumb as hell. Saying it's okay as long as you find out if it's a boy and she wanted a girl. Go ahead, kill it. And this is the mental problem we're seeing in this country. And like I said, I could do this for a week and just play nothing but Charlie Kirk videos with these morons. Oh, yeah. Now, this is the idiot Democrats on this so-called illegal criminal from Maryland that they deported to El Salvador. And these people want to back this? Oh, yeah. Take a look.
His name's Kilmer Garcia. He's a Marylander married to a U.S. citizen who has a 5-year-old son with autism. And he went to pick up his son, but he was picked up first by ICE. And then he was shackled and put on that airplane and shipped off to the torturers of El Salvador without ever having the benefit of those two most beautiful words in the English language, due process. He never saw a judge. Nobody ever told him what he was being charged for. Nobody ever told him that there were any charges against him. And he was sent to a mega prison run by the self-proclaimed dictator of El Salvador. And yesterday, you know what happened, Mr. Chairman? The Trump administration admitted that it had made a mistake. He was not actually a gangbanger. He was not a criminal. It was all a mistake. If there'd been due process, maybe that would have been determined, but there wasn't. But they put him on that plane and he's El Salvador. Well, all's well that ends well, right? No. The administration says there's nothing they can do about it now because he's no longer in U.S. custody. This guy who lives in my state, married to a U.S. citizen with citizen children, he's stuck with the dictator of El Salvador.
Is that true? No, of course not.
Here we go! A few questions about this deportation case. First, I wanted to clarify something that you said to Jeff a few minutes ago. You said you'd seen evidence that this man was a convicted gang member. In what court was he convicted and for what?
This individual was an MS-13 ringleader. This individual was also engaged in human trafficking. And I'm glad you brought up this point again, because I would like to point out that if you just saw the headline from the insane, failing Atlantic magazine this morning, you would think this individual was Father of the Year, living in Maryland, living a peaceful life, when that couldn't be further from the truth. They didn't even mention in the title of that article, or even in the first paragraph, that this individual is an illegal criminal who broke our nation's immigration laws. He is a leader in the brutal MS-13 gang, and he is involved in human trafficking, and now MS-13 is a designated foreign terrorist organization. Foreign terrorists have no legal protections in the United States of America, and this administration is going to continue to deport foreign terrorists and illegal criminals from our nation's interior.
Why, Eric, run away with you? This is all so sudden. Daddy, you don't even know him.
Know him? I don't have to know him. They're all the same. Spineless, savage, harpooning fish eaters, incapable of any feeling.
Daddy, I love him!
But these people are sick people. These are people that I think they hate our country. You want to know the truth?
That's a fact. And this is the lies that they make up every damn day. And Alan said it right, and I was thinking the same thing while I was watching it too, Alan. Where was the due process for January 6ers? There was no due processors there, and they are legal American citizens that did nothing wrong. This son of a bitch has lived here for 4 years, illegally came into this country. Don't give a shit who he's married to or kids. I don't give a shit. Send them with him. I could care less. All right, let's keep going. Let's have a little bit of wise words from Sylvester Stallone. How about that?
It took me 7 years to learn this, but I'll teach you in 60 seconds. 1. Comparing your life to someone else's is the fastest way to destroy your happiness. 2. The only real limitation in this world is the one you place on your mind. 3. It's not an income problem that keeps you broke. It's a spending problem. What matters most is learning how to keep and reinvest what you earn. 4. The biggest dream killer? Obsessing over other people's opinions. Winston Churchill once said, "In your 20s, you worry about what others think. In your 60s, you realize no one was thinking about you at all."
Exactly right. Because to do a show like this, you can't give a shit what other people say to you, because you hear a lot of it. Not boy, I hear a lot of it, and I don't care. And Ricochet Rabbit's right. It says also the due process for his victims. Oh yeah, the due process. That some bitch should be over there in the worst prison in the world, and it's great to see that happen. All right, guys, here's a funny one for you. And if you're as old as I am, you ever have a prostate exam? I bet you never had one like this. Take a look.
Okay, well, your lungs sound nice and clear. We'll do the prostate exam, and you're all out of here.
I got to tell you, Doc, I've never done this before, and, you know, I promised my wife I would do it. She's been nagging me, but I'm not real happy about it.
Yeah, a little nervous, are you?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Well, don't you worry. I've done 40 or 50 of these things a month, never had a complaint. So, go ahead and relax.
Now, not really the way I relax, Doc.
All right, well, here comes the choo-choo. Oh, I'm sorry. Would you excuse me just 1 second?
Are we done?
Hello? No, I'm sorry. You got the wrong number. Okay, thanks. Bye-bye. All right, here we go.
Are we finished?
No, not quite yet. All right, here we go.
Oh, good gravy!
I'm so sorry. This is just...
We done?
Hello? Nope, still the wrong number. Don't call back. All right. There we go.
Okay. He is busy. I am Dodd Bertram. I'm having my prostate examination.
No. Who are you? Call the police! Call the police! Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. Are you okay?
What is going on?
Oh, I think you've just been visited by the butt bandit. The police warned us about him.
He's not a doctor?
I am sorry, but no.
Oh, I am so humiliated.
Again, I am so sorry.
You're sorry? After what he did to me 3 times? Wait, what are you doing?
You came in to get a prostate check, right?
Yeah, but I thought I got a free pass after the...
Calm down, just relax, and here comes the choo-choo.
Boogie Nights! Whoa, okay. Oh, what?
This is interesting.
Is it supposed to be interesting?
You know what? I'm gonna call in a colleague, get a second opinion. Dr. Roundnick, I need a double check on the prostate.
Oh, no. No way. No way, no way, no.
Sir, this really isn't the sort of thing you want to let slide.
Please be gentle, okay?
I will try. Here comes the choo-choo.
Yahtzee!
Oh, you're fine.
Oh, thank God.
Nobody move! I got a call that the butt bandit was here.
Oh, yes, he was with this patient.
Oh, man, the press is going to have a field day with this one.
Press?
Sir, I'm going to have to ask you not to move. I'm declaring you're a rear-end a crime scene. Butt bandit's been hitting different clinics all over the city. Nearest we can figure, you're about the 70th or 80th guy he's pulled this on.
Oh. Well, I'm just glad it's over. Do you mind if I get dressed?
Not so fast. One more thing. Got a dust for Prince. Just relax. Here comes the choo-choo.
Oh my God. I didn't watch the whole thing all the way through. That was hilarious. I have never want a prostate exam like that ever. Oh my God. All right. Anyways, here we go. Simpsons made another prediction, and it's about World War III. Let's hope this one doesn't come true because it's coming up here shortly.
The Third World War will break out on April 20th, 2025, and the scariest part is that The Simpsons predicted it. In the episode The Fool Monty, Season 23, Episode 6, Springfield faces a global crisis, and Miller is in a military conflict overseas. He calls Lisa to warn them to stay safe, but it gets crazier. On a military center's screen, we see the date, April 20th, 2025, in a warning message. Rising tensions between the U.S., Ukraine, and Russia make this prediction even more unsettling. War is on the horizon, and resources are running out. Are you ready for a global collapse? The U.S. and the world on the brink of disaster. What do you think? Coincidence or warning? Follow me for more predictions that will blow your mind.
Let's hope to hell that didn't make that prediction come true. We got 12 days left, guys. All right, let's listen to this joke about a science teacher. Take a listen.
Once upon a time, a science teacher asked the class, which human body part increases to 10 times its size when stimulated? No one answered until little Mary stood up and said,
You shouldn't be asking sixth graders a question like that. I'm going to tell my parents, and they'll tell the principal, who will fire you.
The teacher ignored her and asked again, which body part increases to 10 times its size when stimulated? Little Mary's mouth fell open. She whispered to those around her,
She's going to get in big trouble.
The teacher continued to ignore her and said to the class, Anybody? Finally, Big Billy stood up, looked around nervously, and said, The body part that increases 10 times its size when stimulated is the pupil of the eye. The teacher said, Very good, Big Billy. Then turned to Mary and said, As for you, young lady, I have 3 things to say. 1, you have a dirty mind. 2, you didn't read your homework. And 3, one day, you are going to be very, very disappointed.
I did listen to that one all the way through. Oh, yeah. All right, let's see. I want to get 2 more in. Did you guys ever watch the Toy Story? I watched the Toy Story, but I bet you never watched a Toy Story like this.
Ding dong, I know you can hear me. Open up the door. I only wanna play a little.
Yeah. I would like to watch a Toy Story like that, let me tell you. And we can't leave tonight without doing Jeff Dunham and Walter. And don't call Walter a racist.
Can you even use your African-American character, Sweet Daddy D, anymore? Well, wait, I'm sorry, we're in Ireland. Yeah, it's obviously not African-Americans here. They don't say African-Irish, do they? They just say black. Look, I don't want to offend anyone anywhere, but can I just please say black? Okay, I am not Northern European American. I don't care. I'm freaking white or off-white or pink. I don't know. All I know is there's black, brown, red, yellow, white. I don't care. Just mow my lawn. What? I said white last. Get the white guy to mow my lawn. I don't care. The white trash cracker from the trailer park. And don't call me racist. All right, why not? Because calling someone racist is racist. I'm actually an I don't give a crapperkin. Slightly less angry than I don't give a shitterkins. And whatever you do, stay away from the I don't give a fuckerkins. They have meetings.
There we go. Walter on being racist. That's got to love that. All righty, guys. Thank you for tuning in tonight. I very much appreciate it. You guys are awesome. I try to watch chat at the same time and get all this information out to you guys. But thank you again for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share everything that you do wherever you're tuning in from. It'll help my channel grow. And don't forget to tune in every weeknight between 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. for two of the best shows you'll find on the internet. Rebel Chicks When It Calls at 7. Mine starts at 9 right after her. Again, thank you. And I hope you guys tune in tomorrow. And I'm going to leave you with this. And so, Patriots, we've exposed the dangerous rhetoric, the chilling assassination culture that's being cultivated by the desperate left. We celebrated the Supreme Court's reaffirmation of the rule of law and a beacon of sanity in the world gone mad. We've reminded ourselves that we are not just observers, but active participants in a fight for our nation's soul. We are the guardians of civility, the defenders of the Constitution, and the champions of a society where political discourse is conducted with respect, not violence. That's tonight's discussion, and let it ignite a renewed sense of urgency within you. Let it refuel your determination to stand strong against the tide of radicalism. Let it inspire you to speak out, to challenge the dangerous rhetoric, and to defend the principles that we hold dear. Remember, the fight is far from over. The battle for our heart and soul of America continues, and we, the defenders of liberty, will not waver. We will not falter, and we will not surrender. Tonight, we've shown a light on the darkness. Tomorrow night, we'll dive deeper into the issues. We'll challenge the narratives, and we'll arm you with the truth you need to stand strong. So tune in tomorrow evening, right here at the same time, for another powerful episode of The Conservative Viewpoint. We'll be back ready to dissect the issues, to challenge the narratives, and to defend the values that make America the greatest nation on earth. So until then, guys, stay strong, stay vigilant. God bless the United States of America, and we will see you tomorrow night live, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right after Rebel Chicks for the Cause, which starts at 7 p.m. Until then, have a great rest of your evening, guys. I'll see you back here live tomorrow.